Well, I guess this is episode 20.
I know, episode 20.
It should be a big deal. And you look like a big deal because
Thanks.
you're dressed up nice and you look gorgeous and you have like a black dress and like a really nice necklace and pretty lipstick and your hair's all done. And I'm tired. I'm disheveled. I have a hoodie on and some Jordans. And didn't get the memo because this is the first time that we have spoken today. Like that we have not had a conversation today and barely talked really over the weekend.
Yeah, we barely talked over the weekend, and here we are recording the pod a couple days late. We're crunching down on time to get it out, but totally worth it.
It has been,
and it's okay to like chill in a sweatshirt.
It has been an extremely busy week. I've traveled,
but a great weekend.
Oh yeah, I traveled.
You rode roller coasters.
I worked. I hosted company. I cooked a bunch of food. I had your brother stay with us. Stayed up way too late every night, including last night. Hanging out with them, playing some video games. No regrets. But yeah, I am about to sip this coffee. But yeah, a very packed week, but a great week. I got to spend valuable time with Melody on our annual daddy-daughter trip. Melody, tell the listeners where we went.
We went to Kings Island.
Mm-hmm.
Was it awesome?
It was so awesome. And it was my first time.
It was your first time.
It was Dad Camp Freestyle, where you guys go and do like a couple days away, just daddy-daughter time, and you freestyle it by kind of planning your own trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the food looked amazing.
The food was great.
Like you guys signed up for some kind of deal where you could get food every 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like a full meal.
Yeah. We only do this trip once a year. So if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And we're just going to spend the money. So we really didn't, you don't even need like a debit card or anything. we were armed with double wristbands. On one wrist, you have a meal band that gives you a fountain drink every 15 minutes, which goes by very quickly.
Oh my gosh.
And a meal at all the different restaurants. It's select, like you can't pick anything for the menu, but it's good food. It's a full meal every 90 minutes.
That's way too much food.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It is, but
what size cup every 15 minutes? Like an 8 ounce?
No.
A 20 ounce?
Like a 12 ounce cup
Dang.
fountain drink. They're a little stingy with no lid, no straw.
That was not cool.
I found out
cool of them.
The way to go is no ice. Is just because like a fountain drink comes out cold, and if by the time it's warm, it's been 15 minutes. So no sugar, rocking that Coke Zero Life. That would be if every 15 minutes I drank 12 ounces of like Coke.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't last the day.
Like fried food, soda, and roller coasters.
It will make you sick.
Every 15 to 90 minutes is too much, I think.
Yeah, by the second day we got pretty sick, but it was awesome. The other wristband was a fast lane. Got a lot of dirty looks though, didn't we, Melody?
Why?
Because there'd be people waiting. I think at one point there was a line that was an hour, and no one bought the fast lane, just us. And I'm not even exaggerating. It was right, Melody? It was a walk-on.
Oh yeah.
There's no line. You just
right on it.
You hop off the ride, you get in the fast lane.
Yeah. Do you think that they just sell like a certain amount of fast lanes?
No, I think it was, it rained a little bit the first morning. We went on like a Monday, Tuesday. So it rained a little bit Monday morning, just kind of cleared out the park. I think it was empty enough, and it's a Monday. People are like, I'm not going to spend that kind of money. And I bet a lot of people are locals, but it's in a different state. It's a big trip for us. It's not just like, oh, let's head over there for a couple hours. It was like, we're going all in. So it was great. There was just one downside. Melody, what was the downside? What was the downside?
What?
I do not know.
Oh.
Well,
it must
have
been
a memorable trip, because I can tell you what it was. It was the great cicada outbreak of 2025.
Yeah. No, Mel, you were telling me about this.
And
now I remember.
Yes, and it was full-on swarm, and it was pretty fun because it sucked when it happened to you.
That would be really gross.
When they land on you, they're big, they're dumb, and they're very noisy. Like they have the little shriek. But when they're on your neck, actually the first one I got, I actually did freak out because I wasn't aware of the cicadas before we even got to the park. We drove straight there from our house.
Oh my gosh, my
by the
skin
time
was
we got
crawling.
there, like I had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, Belle, I'm gonna run in here really quick. This is like outside before we even checked in. Ran to the restroom, walked up to the urinal, something landed on the back of my neck and started like screeching.
Oh my
gosh. I didn't know. When do you see cicadas? They come out every like 15 years. Like I didn't know what it was. It was sounded like a bird.
Oh my gosh.
Shrieking. So I was yelling and probably saying some bad words, and I just threw it off of me and looked at it on the ground, and it took a second to be like, oh, that's a cicada. I haven't seen one of those in years. And then that was just the first of many. I would say the most traumatic ones is when they were inside of our clothing. And Melody, happened to Melody first. We were eating lunch, and she
Mel, what happened?
Screamed.
So I saw like a bump on my knee on my pant leg. So I just touched it, and I could feel tiny little legs push against my skin, and I freaked. And
I'm gagging.
And I got up, and I had to shake it out of my pants.
Oh no.
It was so awful.
No, she screamed. It was embarrassing.
Oh no.
Because
I would too.
Everyone's looking at us, and she did a little shake. Luckily, she was able to shake it out of her leg, because if it crawled up any further, there's no way to get it out other than you just got to drop your drawers in the middle of a public place.
I would.
Because you can't get it out.
If there was a bug literally in my pants, a giant cicada, I would take my pants off.
Me too.
You wouldn't have been able to handle this trip.
Oh, no.
And I'm not underselling it. Actually, a buddy of mine, a coworker, I didn't even know. He was there as well and overheard me. We didn't run into each other. We didn't discuss it. Just he happened to be there.
What?
And yeah. And he overheard me. He overheard me telling some people about it, and he was like, I was there. He goes, it was insane. He goes, just watching people, and a few people, it was actually really sad, because people have real phobia of bugs. It's not it's not like I like bugs. I still freak out when it's like in my hair or like going down my shirt, but whatever. You could pick them up, because they don't fly away on their own. Like you could swat a fly. These things, they land, they're there. You have to pick them up or flick them off. But there were people crying, screaming. I mean, the whole, you could just look out, and it just was swarming across the park.
Ew.
And he said he saw a young lady in the gift store, which is very sad. She would not leave. She was just so freaked out. She barely got into the park, went to the gift store, and it must have gotten on her. And she was crying like she could not go out. But
that would have been me.
Yeah, and then mine, I had one go down my shirt, and it was on my back, and I couldn't get it. And Melody was too freaked out to like get her hand in there and grab it. So it was just. Yeah, I had to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like.
It was hard to get.
I'm so grossed out. I was going to like throw up.
What was really rough is when you would get done with the roller coaster, which the roller coasters there are awesome, by the way. Diamondback, if you ever go, probably the greatest roller coaster I've ever been on. We rode the Giga coaster, which I talked about, Orion. Very great first drop, 300 feet. But Diamondback, so smooth, so great. But when you would land, they would hold you outside as you're waiting on, and then you're getting swarmed.
Oh no!
We're right next to a bunch of big trees covered with cicadas.
That was the worst.
No,
because you couldn't escape. So I did have one, didn't I, Melody? Like it went down my back, and she's like, "Dad, I can't get to it."
Oh.
So I just had to be cool, be a man, and just be like, "It's okay.
No.
They don't bite." But
you
you're stuck.
So
you're trapped.
calm.
You have the shoulder harness on. You can't.
You
physically, there's nothing you could scream. You could do whatever you want, and people were screaming all around us. It was very funny. So yeah, and then one thing that was a little odd is I saw a mother give two young boys. It looked like big. You get those really. They're fairly narrow, but really like long, tall popcorn bags that you'll get at like a fair.
A vomit bag.
Well, no, I wouldn't call it that.
Oh.
But this mother gave her two boys these, and they were already about half full, and they were just going tree to tree, grabbing them by their bare hands and putting them in there, because I think they were eating them, because cicadas are like a really high source of protein. Yes.
Wait.
I promise, Melody.
That's a huge jump to go from, hey, they're collecting cicadas to, I think it's because they're eating them.
Well, they're live, and they were just getting them and stacking them in these big bags. What were they going to do with them?
Maybe.
And the mom was like, go get them, boys. Like, it wasn't like boys having fun, grabbing them off of a tree and maybe throwing them in something.
Maybe they work there.
Prepared.
And
no.
they're like bug catcher kids.
These little.
As a little summer internship.
8-year-old boy. Yeah. We can't talk about child labor anymore.
What if they're like, they get paid for them? You know how there's invasive species, and so in like Florida, you get paid to kill those snakes in the swamps?
There's no way. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then the last thing that we did that was the greatest thing ever. If anyone ever goes to Kings Island, if you have some bravery and some guts, and not the cicadas, you do a late night ride on a ride they have there called the Beast. It's to this day, since 1979 until today, it is still the longest wooden roller coaster in the world. Has a great first drop. It's a little rough, but very intense, and it goes through the woods. So
would I like it?
All of the other roller coasters are inside of the park. This one is on the outskirts of the park, the beginning of it, and it just goes all through the woods. So they will do a late night ride. So it was probably 10:40, 10:45 when we actually got on.
That'd be really fun. So it's kind of dark.
It's you cannot see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah, but is the cicada like hitting you while you're in mid-flight on a roller coaster? Did you guys get hit in the face?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was painful, and I felt like my neck was about to snap off, and it was just pitch
Even at night
black.
Or just in the day?
At night, it's not near as bad, but you will get hit. Yeah. And so you yell on a roller coaster, a big drop. So
For sure.
we're trying to yell through our teeth because if your mouth's open, you're gonna eat cicada. So you're just like,
no.
Like just trying to keep your mouth closed. And and Melody ate a large spider when we went to Cedar Point last year on a roller coaster that fell down. And
ew, I didn't know that.
She was doing the same thing. She was yelling, and we're not trying to be gross or anything, but it was great. The food was great. Now, there was one place that everyone said you need to try because this is on the outskirts of Cincinnati, and that is a Cincinnati homegrown delicacy called Skyline chili.
Oh no.
I don't know if you know about this.
Oh, okay. Listen, we're 0 for 2 on things that I like hearing about and talking about. Bugs in your clothes, bugs in your mouth, Skyline chili.
This is the
I'm
week
I'm out again. Did you try some?
I did not try some, and there's one reason why, and that is because of the ingredients. And I actually have an ingredients list here.
That's exactly why I'm not a fan too.
Of Skyline chili, and I just wanted to, I stared at it all week. I'm like, Melody, I want to go Skyline chili. Something kept me from doing it. And the reason why is because the Skyline chili is also known as Cincinnati chili. And
it should be known by another C word too.
It has cinnamon.
Exactly.
Cloves. And cocoa.
Yeah.
No, thank you, sir. And they put it over spaghetti.
Spaghetti noodles.
So spaghetti noodles. I was going to get the chili cheese dog, which is that nasty concoction of cinnamon and cloves on top of a hot dog and then smothered in cheese, which they don't melt. It's just cold shredded cheese that has the
stuff on it. Oh no.
The powdery stuff, so it's never going to melt.
Anti-caking agent
for
the fail.
A nutmeg, clove.
No.
So I want to do something just very, very quickly because chili is kind of a big deal. So
we love chili.
I told someone today about the chili situation because they were in Cincinnati just a couple days ago for a soccer game, and they know about our podcast. I'm sure they've listened, and they said, "You should talk about chili." And I'm like, "Talk about chili." She's
all the
like,
different kinds of chili.
There's a lot of kinds of chili.
There is a lot of kinds.
There's a lot of, what a diverse food chili is. So really quickly, I want to do something called Rate That Chili.
Okay.
0 to 10, I want you to rate the styles of chili.
And we have a very good friend who has a very hot take on chili.
Hot take on chili. And
I won't get ahead of you.
We will quickly get to that. So
this
first
person
off,
comes to mind.
This is, unfortunately, we cannot rate this chili, but if you had to rate Cincinnati chili,
I've had it.
Where do you think that you would put that?
A 0.
Well, come on, be fair.
A 2.
It's that bad?
I've had it before, and it's not good.
Yeah.
For the people who follow along on Instagram, I made a joke last week about these ads I keep getting ahead of Father's Day that were for a men's charm bracelet, and how it just made me laugh thinking about you wearing a charm bracelet, going up to your buddies, be like, see this paw print, it's for my dog, But I was like, I didn't want to be a hater. I showed my charm bracelet. I love my charm bracelet. And then I made a joke about the most important charm on my bracelet is from Cincinnati. I literally have a sterling silver Cincinnati charm, and I had Cincinnati's Skyline chili while I was there.
Oh, like the real thing?
No, I've had it.
Skyline.
It is not my favorite.
I'm going to try it. Yeah, my buddy John goes every month, and he swears it's the greatest thing ever.
I'll give it a second shot, but I don't think I didn't like it.
Would come in probably at a 5 out of 10, but it's hard to rate. The only reason I could give it any score is I've had all of these flavors. I make a really amazing Mexican dish called barbacoa, spicy Mexican,
and some of those things are in it.
And I have added, because it's been recommended, cinnamon and cloves. Not a fan.
Yeah,
not a fan.
Not a fan.
I'm sure my ratios are off. Moving on. So 5 out of 10, 2 out of 10 Cincinnati chili.
Okay.
The next one, our buddy is very passionate about this.
Yeah.
Texas chili, also known as chili con carne. I probably said that wrong, which is basically lots of meat.
No beans.
And yeah. So this chili, heavy on the meat, no tomato.
Yeah.
No
beans.
But lots of different chilies. And I have had this many times. How would you rate a Texas chili?
Okay, so first of all, it's a category all by itself because to me, like, it's not chili if it doesn't have beans.
Ooh.
And so therefore, me and our buddy went back and forth on this because we went head to head in a chili cook-off one time. His dish was incredible. I loved it. There was so much left because people were nervous about it, but I was glad because it was so delicious. And no, if it doesn't have beans, it's not chili.
So how would you rate Texas chili?
In its own category, I would give it 8 out of 10.
That's great. Yeah, I think I would say
it's more like a stew.
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because it is pretty big on the peppers. I'm a carnivore. I love meat. And I think I would put that pretty high.
It has all the things that I love, but it's like more like a stew. So you would want to put it over something like a starch.
Yes.
Like a beans.
Turkey chili. This is what I grew up on because there was a big fad in the 90s that was
turkey was healthier.
That was anti-fat, anti-saturated fat. And God bless my mom and dad. They were like, okay, if that's what's being recommended, no real bacon in this house, no ground beef in this house, no steak. So I grew up eating just chicken and turkey, but more turkey than anything.
So would your turkey chili be ground turkey or was it?
It was ground turkey
cubed,
and it
like
did have some beans, but it was more chili soup as we've talked about before.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
It's like you put a good bit of chili together and then you're just like, I'm going to take a gallon of tomato juice and just dump it in there until everything's just swimming in there. Chili soup.
Yeah.
Turkey chili. How would you rate turkey chili?
The only
Trader Joe's.
That's going to say that's the only turkey chili I've ever had in my life.
Cheap but good.
Trader Joe's canned turkey chili, and every time we lived so far away. We've talked about how we prioritized a Costco membership from far away. I prioritized certain things I would stock up on at Trader Joe's when we lived far from one. Turkey chili was one of them.
Yep, the salsa.
I'll give it. Oh, the salsa. Absolutely.
And the turkey chili.
Salsa Authentica.
Yeah, that's right.
Turkey chili. I give that a 7 out of 10.
Ooh.
Because it was solid, reliable, delicious, not homemade goodness.
Yeah.
But solid.
I would go, I was going to say 6.
But I can't rate your turkey chili experience. Like that's the Trader Joe's.
This is generalized. This isn't like this one place. We're picking on Skyline chili, but everything else is going to be general, like the style of chili.
Right.
I would say 7 out of 10 because it can have all of the other spices. It's lacking one thing, and that's fat content, which you can make up for with some cheese and sour cream. So therefore, if you can doctor up your turkey chili, that's going to move it up.
And that's the essence of chili is that you don't just eat it plain, you doctor it up.
This is the important, hard-hitting topics that we bring you on episode 20 to celebrate. Okay, moving on. White chili. This is highly
I love white chili.
Contested and debated of if this should even be in the chili category.
Hold on. I'm cutting in. White chili is so gross.
What?
And why would you say that?
Yeah,
my
why?
firstborn.
I don't know. It's just gross. It looks gross and it tastes gross.
Doesn't look great.
Okay, my childhood thing with white chili is I think my parents called it tauntaun soup because in one of the episodes of Star Wars, I think episode 2, technically episode 5, I had to do some mental math there. Luke is stuck in this cold ice planet and he is dying and they have these animals called tauntauns. There's going to be really like hard-hitting Star Wars fans that are just cringing at listening to me explain this. Then he gets found and he gets I think Han Solo finds him and slices open the belly of the tauntaun and all the guts come out and stuffs Luke inside of it to keep him warm from
I didn't know she was going to
But
go here
the guts are like, the guts look like white chili.
Oh, I don't like this. I'm sorry, listeners.
I grew up, listen, I've had to sit here and be grossed out all by myself. So I think my parents growing up, we called white chili tauntaun soup because it was like tauntaun guts.
Okay.
But I'll say flavor-wise, That's another solid 8 out of 10 for me because you can make it really spicy. I love chicken. I love all of the different beans you can use in a white chili that you don't use in a regular chili.
Yeah, and it usually doesn't have tomato, but you can put tomato. You can add corn.
I'm a no tomato, and I'm kind of a no corn.
I think traditionally white chili doesn't have tomato. It usually has chicken, but I think you could do beef and still make it white.
I mean, I've never had it like that.
I think it's more
chicken.
Well, it's already a pale looking.
It's a pollo
dish, and I will say, when it comes to a chili cook-off or a chili competition, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a little hack. If you're ever entering a competition, if you could sneak a white chili in, there's a good chance you're going to get top 3. Top 3.
Yeah.
Here's why. And I've thought about this. And I've witnessed this happen. Usually in a chili competition, you have chili judges. And part of their judgment is you can't add any. So there's no crackers, cheese, onion.
True.
So I love to doctor up chili, all those things, right? They're like, no, bring me your chili.
Plain chili.
And I'll eat there. The sneaky thing about white chili is it has sour cream in it. So it has that cream base.
And usually it could have cheese.
And you could put cheese in it. So that's the little secret thing. Everyone else has their Texas chili, really simple, really plain. I'm ready to put some fresh jalapenos and some cheddar and some all this good stuff on there. But the judges just take it for what it is. So if you could sneak in some white chili into the competition, you are fooling the judges a little bit because they're like, man, that one really stood out to me. It's because they stuck in the extra things that make chili really good into the dish and cooked it into the dish.
That's a good observation.
It stems back to our buddy. And when you entered some competitions.
It's true.
It's a little tip. Almost done here. A chili mac. This is chili with elbow macaroni.
I love a chili
mac.
Also
known as goulash in some parts of the world.
No, goulash is so different.
I just want to say that word. I don't know what goulash is, but when I think about goulash, it would have elbow macaroni in there. So how do you feel about the chili mac?
Goulash is not good. Okay, chili mac is okay, but I don't think it qualifies in the chili countdown situation we're doing because it's leftovers. You're trying to make your leftovers stretch.
I don't think that's...
To me?
I think it's a real dish.
No. Nobody's starting with chili mac as the Monday night dinner.
I assure you and promise you.
I think chili mac only qualifies as a Tuesday night dinner because it's the leftovers that you're stretching with a box of macaroni and cheese.
Dude, that's some...
And it's delicious.
Poverty chili right there.
Heck yeah, it is.
I'm so sorry. White chili, rate it. We didn't rate it.
Oh, that's for me. I think I said an 8 out of 10.
That's an 8.5
out
of 10. I love it. I love chicken. I love spice. I love sour cream. And then chili mac, I'm going to go 3 out of 10. I don't like macaroni in my chili. Not a fan.
So I would agree. I'll say 4 out of 10 only because I don't like it mixed. If I'm going to have it, it has to be like that delicious yet super bad for you Cracker Barrel boxed macaroni. And then you put it in half your bowl. And then you get your scoop of chili and you put it in the other half.
Okay.
And then you get a fresh bite of both.
Yes.
Delicious.
All right. 2 more. Vegetarian chili. That's a 1 out of 10.
That's a 0.
And honestly, why are we calling this chili? Vegetarian chili is vegetable soup.
It's
vegetable,
like a minestrone or something, right?
That's not even the chili category.
That's a 3-bean stew.
But that's a real thing. And we're not hating on vegetarian food. I'm just saying vegetarian chili... It's just wet vegetables. That's just vegetable soup, right?
You can't do that.
What are you going to throw in a little peppers?
You can't even
call it chili?
Yeah, and then if it's vegan and there's no sour cream and no cheese, what are you going to do? No.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
Get out of town.
1 out of 10.
Get out.
Maybe 0, but 1 because it's still food. It's sustenance. If you're hungry,
I mean,
if that's
eat
all
that,
there is,
but
it's
still.
All right, give me the vegetable soup. And someone's like, it's
vegetable chili.
It's vegetable chili.
Here's a new rule. If it doesn't have beans... It's not a chili. Right. If it doesn't have meat, it's not a chili.
I have saved the best for last. This is a chili I have never heard of.
What?
This is a chili you have probably never heard of. We have to figure out how to try this.
Okay.
It might be a Skyline chili situation with nutmeg. Have you ever heard of Springfield chili?
No.
And when I say chili, it's very important that there's 2 L's. They are so
2 L's
snooty about it that they claim this is the greatest chili on planet Earth.
So you say
that
chili.
They have added an extra L. It is not a typo.
What's in it?
Okay.
I'm dying.
Springfield, Illinois chili, right?
Oh, that's where maybe the L comes from because there's 2 L's in Illinois.
So they need to calm down. This is what it is, though. This regional style of chili is often made with beef, beans, bacon, beer, and mild spices. What's more, the beans are prepared separately and mixed into the dish just before serving.
What?
Yes. Look at a bowl of Springfield chili, and you might notice a layer of grease on top. This is from its secret ingredient, beef suet. I think that's how you...
Yeah, suet.
Suet.
Yeah, that's like basically tallow.
Fat, which is a staple ingredient in this dish.
Bro.
Where can we get... You know what? It deserves the extra L.
Where is it?
Springfield. We can't be that far from there.
Illinois?
Isn't that where the Simpsons live?
That's what I was thinking as soon as you said Springfield.
I'm literally Googling this right now.
Springfield.
That's where we're vacationing this summer, children.
We'll probably go and
it's
be
only
like,
3 hours away.
This is awful.
We could day trip to Springfield. It's straight east.
I think you would actually go to jail for this in the 90s. Like when the attack on saturated fat, if they read...
No, it's back again.
If they read...
No, listen, tallow and beef fat are back. Maha movement's all about beef
bacon and beer and beef within one bowl. Like, bring it on. There's no cloves. There's no vegetables.
I mean,
there's
you said
nothing.
all of our favorite things.
Even I want to know how they prepare these beans. And the fact that they're like, no, those get added at, like right before you serve it. Like, what does that do?
Special.
It's special.
It gets added with the magic words.
Yeah.
And then they stir it up and serve it to you.
Haven't tried it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10.
I love that. Okay, wait. When are we going?
We have to go. I'm fired up for some Springfield chili.
It's summer. It's not really a chili season.
Yeah.
But maybe their chili houses are incredibly busy in the fall because leaf peepers want to go and get themselves some nice chili when they're peeping them leaves.
Yeah.
And we could beat the crowd in the summer and go have some chili on a hot day. I'm excited.
Man, all this chili talk, bring it on. And people are like, oh, that's a winter dish. No,
we can eat it anytime. It's a bowl full of
like cheesy, spicy, hearty goodness. Yeah. You can eat it all the time, unless you're weird and you put it over.
Should we put together like a caravan of chili lovers? Invite our favorite chili lover friend and chili tour over to Springfield for the day.
Yeah, but if you get hotels, separate rooms for everyone.
Separate rooms.
Yeah. Chili tour, separate rooms.
You and me, separate beds.
Separate cars.
Here we go.
Yeah. We're going to enjoy this meal.
Separate tables.
See you at the next meal because...
Separate checks. Don't even bother with that.
I need my space. Yeah. Well, anything that you would like to talk about on our 20th episode? Because this is the heat.
It's literally 30 minutes of Joe talking.
This is the heat I'm bringing here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so I have done a little bit of research because Indiana is having a moment with our basketball team.
Teams.
Well,
Caitlin
Fever, yes.
Clark?
Yes, the Fever, yes. But I'm talking about the Pacers.
That's correct.
Which I just found out are also called the Sirs. Hashtag.
Yes, sir.
It's like, yeah. Anywho, I wanted to learn more about basketball because we're having a moment. And so I found a website to teach me some Pacers facts.
Oh, no.
And it's called kids.kiddle.co. And it is called Indiana Pacers Facts for Kids.
Okay.
So I learned a lot about the Pacers.
Melody, we are a non-sports family. You're going to learn a lot here.
Including that they're affiliated with the Indiana Mad Ants, which I'm really disappointed in that team name because I kind of...
Mad Ants?
The Mad Ants.
Who's their rivalry? Like the Grumpy Uncles?
For real. No. A-N-T.
Oh. I thought just a bunch of angry ladies like...
Totally
we're here to play some basketball. Like just the Mad Ants and versus the Grumpy Uncles.
Yes, that's their new name now, is the Grumpy Uncles.
Okay.
No, I think that's
so like the insect.
So they're calling that like a feeder team.
Mm-hmm.
Like they develop players in the Mad Ants, and then when they defeat the Grumpy Uncles, they get to come be Pacers. So it teaches you all about like the people who are in charge of the Pacers and their colors, which are very pretty. And I found out that it's called cool gray, not just gray, cool gray.
I like that.
I love that.
Yep.
Like the specificity.
I like it. I think cool gray is a colorway for Jordans. I know wolf gray is. I believe cool gray is as well. Just a little side note.
Well, you look cool in gray, so there's that.
Okay.
No, but the Mad Ants, I was really disappointed in that name because it's kind of weird.
No, I love it, dude. The Mad Ants and the Grumpy Uncles.
But also because it seems like everything in Indiana is oriented around the Indy 500, right? The Pacers are named after the pace car. of the Indy 500 is my understanding.
Sure.
It's not in this Kid Facts, but I found it on a different website. And I'm just thinking, if we're going to name a sports team after another sports team, why wouldn't we continue the tradition and call the Mad Ants something sports related, like the checkered flags, or you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why are the Mad Ants? That's so random.
I don't know.
If anybody knows, let me know.
AUNT. I'm all
AUNT.
in.
Hello, aunties.
So what are you trying to say? You're going to start watching basketball?
I'm not,
because I've been watching. I mean, this is exciting. This hasn't happened since I was a kid. Reggie Miller days.
Well, and
Pacers
here's the thing
90s.
that I'm confused about, because their language is very confusing. This fact says that they have won 3 championships. 3 in the 70s when they were affiliated with something called the ABA. No clue. Maybe the American Basketball Association. And 0 with the NBA. So does that mean that this series we're playing games for means that they could be the ultimate champs of the NBA for this year?
Yeah, so I believe in the 90s they went to the championship playoffs, which is where they're at right now.
Well, and they've won conference title in 2000.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference, which they just won again.
And they have division titles.
So
it's so many layers.
There's a lot of layers, but this is a big deal. And as this airs, they're 2-2. I'm not sure when this comes out, like maybe tomorrow. So I don't know when the next game is because we're not big sports ball people. But it is exciting to be in a city right here out north of Indianapolis to where 2 teams, right? The Fever, which I don't know that they're like the greatest, but Caitlin Clark is like, she's a phenom.
She's having a moment.
She's having a moment, like sinking threes, like from almost like half court, like it's nobody's business.
And I thought I would share
oh no,
the story of how I knew I would never be a Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this story.
No.
So my family moved a lot when I was young. A lot.
Is it because you had scoliosis?
No. I'm sure that doesn't help, but I think it's
probably doesn't
more
help.
Just who I am.
Oh, okay.
That I am not ever had a chance of being Caitlin Clark. When I was very little, my parents signed us up for Pee Wee basketball. And we got these cute little shirts and we went to the little gym and we had, coaches and we were all given little basketballs that were the size of our whole head. And it was me. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. So I'm also like, when you're the oldest daughter, you're second mom. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I changed diapers from the minute like I could, do a safety pin up. And that's how old I am. I did safety pin diapers. So I'm like 3 siblings deep in being a second mom in my life. I'm a little fella. And I just know nothing but like what it is to have babies around. And babies are gross. And they do weird stuff like throw up and poop in their diapers and eat stuff off the floor. And they're like
dogs.
They dribble a lot.
Dogs. Which
in my household, we had a couple droolers and they're just dribbling slime all over their mouths and their outfits. And it's disgusting. So you have to take that context when you're thinking about the situation and predicament I got myself into my first day in Pee Wee basketball. We're all lined up. We're so cute. I had like little gold ringlets. I'm in this little oversized shirt. I've got my basketball and I'm ready to go. And I'm in line and all these kids are going and they're doing stuff, but I'm not really paying attention until it's me. I come up to the top of the line and this coach says, okay, Katie, you're going to dribble from right here all the way to that cone and then come back. And so I do that. I dribbled all the way from where I was to the cone and back.
Were you just really slow or something?
I didn't bounce the ball once.
Okay, you traveled?
What did big sister little 5 or 6 or 7-year-old Katie's little brain think dribbling was?
Oh no.
What did she think it was?
I don't know. Did you drool? This is a made-up story.
I literally drooled.
You can't lie on the podcast.
No, I'm
That's
dead
not
serious.
Real.
I'm dead serious. This is how I knew I would never be Caitlin Clark. I drooled with the basketball in my hand. I just forced slobber out of my mouth and onto the flooring of the basketball court. And I probably also saw the kids around me and maybe bounced it once or twice, but listen, coordination was not my gift. And I'm like, man, this is really difficult. I don't see any of these other kids doing it. I must be really good at this because I was the only one dribbling spit out of my mouth. I literally
on
did
the
that.
ground. Imagine the coach just watching you. He probably thought there's something like...
No, there was something wrong with me.
Yeah, he was probably trying to be really sensitive of like, oh, I didn't, okay.
We need to be extra
patient
careful with this one. Yeah, maybe a little bit more clear.
I can't believe that. That's real?
They didn't tell me bounce the ball from here to there. They said dribble, and all I had known was like babies dribble,
carrying
drool.
The ball, just drooling.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yes. Bending over,
I'm so
trying
glad
to get it on the floor.
That we met when you were an adult, because...
So anyway, that is how I knew I would never be a basketballer.
I'm sure there were other signs.
I'm sure.
But I'm glad.
But I'll tell you what now. I don't ever remember going back to that Pee Wee basketball camp.
Wow.
Never once.
Okay.
And you know what? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Bless her heart. Melody's had her share of lovely moments in the sporting field.
We've
tried. I will never throw you under the bus and tell those stories. Those are for you to tell.
Mm.
No, you can. You can.
Can I tell the gymnastics story?
I don't recall this one.
Okay.
I might not have been there when it happened.
So we signed Mel up for gymnastics. I can't believe you don't know this. This is so funny. Me and your mom are there. We're watching her in gymnastics.
Okay.
And all of these little kids are in their cute outfits, and she's got her cute outfit, and she's like last in line, and she joins up this little team, and all of the girls are following their coach from apparatus to apparatus, and they're all walking like all prissy and like sweet and stuff, and like heads up, whatever. And my mother-in-law and I are sitting there in the viewing stand watching as my amazing kid gallops on all fours behind these prissy little princesses.
Oh.
All fours.
She's feral.
Just rolling. Like so feral. And me and my mother-in-law are sitting up there, and we hear these other women in the stands be like, oh, do you see that kid? Oh, what is that kid doing? Oh my gosh, she's so crazy. What? Like whispering, and me and my mother-in-law are laughing, and we're taking videos, and we're like, go girl, you let that go. Because she was obsessed with cats. Come to find out, she's just being a cat, playing on a giant cat jungle gym.
She kept on, the lady who's like teaching us kept on telling me, Melody, get up. In my mind, I was thinking, heck no. Like I'm still technically walking, like getting from point A to B. I'm just having fun.
Like gymnastics isn't walking from one place to the other. It's once you get there, hey, I can do a somersault. You were just doing it your own way.
I mean, in my mind, I was just like having fun. I didn't find anything wrong with it, and I, was cursing at the teacher.
Nothing wrong with it.
Attempted.
There's only things wrong with drooling on a basketball court.
We also
causing fall hazards.
Tried her out for soccer. I was her soccer coach, or one of the two coaches.
Yeah, that's right.
And that didn't really work out. We really tried. I mean, she would get halfway down the field and be like,
I'm done.
I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I'm like, we just started. Like, you can't
Melody
throw in the towel already. She's like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, she is the golden retriever you see in video footage that's just laying on the sidewalk, and the owner's like, okay, but we have to walk home still, just laying there. And Hannah's just decided, no, this is not for me.
And she did sign up. I think the last time we were like, maybe she has an athletic bone in her body, was track. And we tried to dissuade her.
We did give you the realities of what that commitment would look like.
I'm going to do it. And we were like, okay, we've seen you in gymnastics. We've seen you in soccer. Are you sure you want to do this? And she's like, yeah, my friend's doing it. I want to support her. I want to do it. We're like, here's the only caveat. If you're going to do it, you're going to finish. And she's like, yeah, no problem. We're like, okay, that was a rough one. But you
made it through. Hey,
she pushed through.
Persevered.
Yeah. I hated it so much.
Maybe there was one time where you hid behind the bleachers because you're like, how long's track practice? An hour.
How much more time can I hide back
for
here?
An hour, no one will notice.
So smart.
Oh no, your coach
we get
let
an
us
email.
know, like,
Nobody's
your daughter
playing hide and seek during track practice.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, bud. I didn't help you out.
Yeah.
I hate sports.
Aren't you glad you didn't know that about me before you got married? That
well,
might have dissuaded it. That really could have tipped the scales.
I would have had reservations. I mean, my love for you runs deep, but just picturing you as a child holding a basketball, just drooling down.
I was so special with my little drool.
Your little drool down there. Drool. Like, he said dribble. I'm going to dribble.
He said dribble. I'm doing what he said.
So, yeah, maybe we might not watch all of the Pacers and Fever. But
no, and that's okay. Yeah. To each their own. I am just not made for sporting. But I'm really happy for our state and I'm really happy for all of the people who love it.
Of course.
Because like,
it's what we have is basketball. Indiana and basketball and like maybe racing. We don't have a lot going for us.
We've got corn.
We don't have a chili.
We don't
What's
have
Indiana
a
chili?
Hey,
probably a bunch of corn.
You never talked about my chili. I've won
your
chili competitions with this chili.
It's incredible, and it has won competitions.
Yeah.
It is perfect.
I just needed to hear you say that.
But it does have beans
on the pod.
And the only other chili I haven't mentioned, my favorite chili is the leftover brisket chili.
Oh my gosh.
I'll smoke a full brisket, slice it up, and then whatever I have it left over or some of the more fatty pieces, I'll put in the freezer for a rainy day, vacuum seal it, and I'll chop that bad boy up and make some chili out of it. And it is absolutely incredible. But if you're listening, if you ever, want to get us like a Christmas gift, I think it would be really awesome if you got Kate a t-shirt that just said Mad Ant, and you got me one that said
Crazy Uncle.
Grumpy Uncle.
Grumpy Uncle.
Happy 20th episode. See you guys.